Here are 20 long paragraphs on the topic. How to know if you are in a parasitic relationship. Practice reading and listening in English. Understanding whether you are in a parasitic relationship is crucial for maintaining your emotional well-being and fostering healthy connections with others. Here are 20 long paragraphs focusing on how to know if you are in a parasitic relationship. 1. Recognizing emotional drain. One of the signs of being in a parasitic relationship is feeling emotionally drained or exhausted after interacting with the other person. If you constantly find yourself giving more emotional support, time, or energy than you receive in return, it may indicate a parasitic dynamic where one person benefits at the expense of the other's well-being. 2. Unequal effort and support. In a parasitic relationship, there is often a noticeable imbalance in effort and support. One person may consistently rely on the other for emotional, financial, or practical support without reciprocating or offering support in return. This can create feelings of resentment, frustration, or emotional depletion for the giving party. 3. Manipulative behavior. Manipulation is a common trait in parasitic relationships. The parasitic individual may use guilt, emotional blackmail, or other manipulative tactics to get their needs met without regard for the other person's feelings or boundaries. This can lead to a toxic cycle where the giver feels obligated to fulfill the other person's demands. 4. Lack of boundaries. Healthy relationships are built on mutual respect for boundaries. In a parasitic relationship, boundaries are often disregarded or manipulated by one party. The parasitic individual may intrude on the other person's personal space, time, or resources without permission or consideration for their autonomy. 5. Financial dependence. Financial dependence can be a sign of a parasitic relationship where one person relies heavily on the other for financial support without contributing their fair share. This imbalance can create financial strain and resentment, especially if the giving party feels obligated or pressured to provide for the other person's needs. 6. Emotional manipulation and control. Emotional manipulation and control are hallmarks of parasitic relationships. The parasitic individual may use emotional tactics such as guilt-tripping, gaslighting, or emotional outbursts to control the other person's thoughts, feelings, or behaviors. This manipulation can erode self-esteem and create a sense of powerlessness in the giving party. 7. One-sided decision-making. In parasitic relationships, decisions are often made unilaterally by the parasitic individual without considering or consulting the other person's preferences, needs, or opinions. This can lead to feelings of marginalization or insignificance for the giving party, as their voice and agency are disregarded. 8. Lack of reciprocity. Reciprocity is essential in healthy relationships where both parties give and receive support, care, and respect. In a parasitic relationship, there is a noticeable lack of reciprocity, with one person consistently taking without giving back or reciprocating the other person's efforts. This imbalance can lead to feelings of resentment, frustration, or emotional exhaustion. 9. Feeling used or exploited. A common indicator of a parasitic relationship is feeling used, exploited, or taken advantage of by the other person. The giving party may feel like they are constantly meeting the other person's needs or fulfilling their demands without receiving appreciation, gratitude, or acknowledgement in return. 10. Emotional detachment. In parasitic relationships, emotional detachment can occur as a defense mechanism to protect oneself from further emotional depletion or manipulation. The giving party may withdraw emotionally or become emotionally numb as a way to cope with the imbalance and strain of the relationship. 11. Self-sacrifice. Constant self-sacrifice without regard for one's own needs, desires, or well-being is a red flag in parasitic relationships. The giving party may prioritize the other person's needs or happiness over their own, often to their detriment. This selflessness can be exploited by the parasitic individual who takes advantage of their generosity. 12. Sense of obligation. Feeling a strong sense of obligation or duty towards the other person is common in parasitic relationships. The giving party may feel pressured or guilt into meeting the other person's demands or expectations, even at the expense of their own happiness or well-being. 13. Power imbalance. Parasitic relationships often involve a significant power imbalance where one person holds more control, influence, or authority over the other. This imbalance can manifest in various forms, such as decision-making power, financial control, or emotional dominance, leading to a skewed dynamic where one person benefits while the other person's needs are neglected. 14. Isolation from support networks. The parasitic individual may isolate the giving party from their support networks, such as friends or family, in order to maintain control or dependence. This isolation can make it difficult for the giving party to seek outside perspective or support, further perpetuating the parasitic dynamic. 15. Constant criticism or negativity. In parasitic relationships, the giving party may experience constant criticism, negativity, or belittling from the other person. The parasitic individual may undermine the giving party's self-esteem or confidence as a way to maintain control or dominance in the relationship. 16. Inability to express needs. The giving party may feel unable to express their own needs, desires, or boundaries in a parasitic relationship. The parasitic individual may dismiss or invalidate their concerns, making it difficult for the giving party to assert themselves or advocate for their own well-being. 17. Cycle of dependence. Parasitic relationships often involve a cycle of dependence where the giving party feels responsible for meeting the other person's needs or resolving their problems. This cycle can create a pattern of enabling behavior where the giving party reinforces the other person's dependence on them. 18. Difficulty ending the relationship. Ending a parasitic relationship can be challenging due to feelings of guilt, obligation, or fear of retaliation from the parasitic individual. The giving party may struggle to assert their boundaries or prioritize their own well-being when ending the relationship. 19. Loss of identity or autonomy. In parasitic relationships, the giving party may experience a loss of identity or autonomy as their thoughts, feelings, and actions become increasingly influenced or controlled by the other person. This loss of self can erode self-confidence and lead to feelings of confusion or insecurity. 20. Recognizing manipulative patterns. Learning to recognize manipulative patterns and behaviors is essential for identifying and addressing parasitic relationships. Educate yourself about healthy relationship dynamics, assertiveness, and boundary setting to empower yourself in navigating challenging interpersonal dynamics. These paragraphs aim to provide comprehensive insights into the signs and dynamics of parasitic relationships, helping readers practice English while understanding the complexities involved in such relationships.